The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
Don't know, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, everybody, he's a macho savage. You're listening to Mike Trash, TrashTalkingRadio.com. The best in the business. So say it, the macho king.
Wrestling fans throughout Radio Land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock, you hear guys like myself, the Ugandan Giant Kamala. And that's my story.
Using mere words to describe that Trash Talking Radio show from 7 to whenever we get done is like using a screwdriver to cut roast beef. This is Slunavashon, the other half of the rock and wrestling connection. That's the trashy one and the loony one together forever.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan Koloff. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. With the Trash, 7 to 10. Tuesday nights, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the Animal. One half of the world famous Take in the Road Warriors. Listen to them. If you know what's good for you, listen to Trash Talking Radio or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking Radio?
Well, I gotta say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio. You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch, because what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you?
This is the Vital Idol, and you're listening to Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10 on TrashTalkingRadio.com. And remember this. When the Vital Idol tells you, it's got to be true. And when it's on the internet, it's got to be real. It's Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10. I am the top of pop, the king of swing, the international rock star way above par, the host with the most, Mr. Tuesday Night, the Vital Idol, Classy Mike Trash, and thank you very much.
All right. How you doing? How's everyone out there? What you want to talk about? Anything fun? Let's get started with the. Oh, we got three deaths. No waiting. 3 deaths. 3 celebrity deaths. Wow, that's it seems to be happening really a lot this time of year. I can't believe how many we have lost in the tail end of 2023. But they're pretty big ones this time. So let me see here. I gotta separate these so that I can figure out which one I'm going to do first, because it's a tough one trying to figure out which one. I think I'll start with this one because yeah, I could start with either of these. It doesn't matter. All right, we'll start with this one first because I'm not a real big country fan, but I know that there are country fans out there, so I'm going to play the country thing first, because I don't know how many people actually realized that this guy died. It's kind of a shame. I remember him
Buck Trent,
when I was a
country
kid.
Music legend
This
who
guy
invented
was
the
like
electric banjo and
This guy was like, I mean, I was not a country, I was never really a country guy, but this guy here, I really knew who he was because my dad watched Hee Haw all the time, so I was stuck watching it if I, you know, because I was the living remote control. Back before you had remote controls, you had a son or a daughter who would turn the channel for you because you didn't want to get out of your seat. And now we've got these remote controls so that we don't need to get out of our seats, and we don't have to have kids just to change your channel. So this one is Buck Trent. And if you were a follower of Hee Haw, then you know who he is. So here we go. Oh, I guess while this is playing, I'll check the other things and make sure that we're working in the places we need to be working at, because I didn't check that yet. Let's see, where are we at here? Oh, that's the live one, so we'll just pin that up there at the top. And pin, and there it goes. And I just got to double check, make sure that the Premiere works. Because I'm doing these as a Premiere now because it kind of helps me track, make sure that people don't see it before I actually say it. So it's kind of cool. And there's my channel. So there is it. Okay, good. That's all working. Looks like everything's working for a change. All right, we're going to start out with the Buck Trent video. So let's see here. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to see how Buck Trent fits into the pieces of the puzzle.
Buck Trent, a country music legend who invented the electric banjo and played on Dolly Parton's hit songs, died on October 9, 2023, at the age of 85. He died of natural causes in Branson, Missouri, where he had been performing his own show for decades. Trent was born as Charles Wilburn Trent in Spartanburg, South Carolina, on February 17, 1938. He started playing music at a young age and appeared on local radio stations by the time he was 11. He moved to Nashville in 1959 and joined the Bill Carlisle Show and the Grand Ole Opry. He was a member of Bill Monroe's Bluegrass Boys and Porter Wagoner's Wagon Masters in the 1960s and 1970s. He also played guitar and banjo on several of Parton's records, including I Will Always Love You and Jolene. Trent became a TV star in 1974 when he joined the cast of Hee Haw, a comedy and variety show that featured country music. He was known for his banjo playing and his signature phrase, "Oh yeah." He also recorded 2 albums with Roy Clark and toured the Soviet Union with him in 1976, becoming the first country music act to do so. In the early 1980s, Trent moved to Branson, Missouri, and opened his own show, the Buck Trent Country Music Show. He performed there for over 30 years, entertaining audiences with his musical skills and humor. He is credited with inventing the electric banjo, a groundbreaking instrument that gave him a distinctive sound. Trent was married 3 times and had 2 children. He was also a grandfather and a great-grandfather. He was loved and respected by his fans and fellow musicians as a talented and generous performer who brought joy and laughter to millions of people. He is survived by his wife Judy, his children Debbie and David, and his grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
I just noticed that the top of the screen was cut off, so that means you didn't get to see everything. That's interesting. Wonder how much I did that. Huh. Okay, I got a lesson to learn now. I've got to make sure that that doesn't get cut off in the next couple. I don't know if I can do that today, but for the future. So here we go. Let's see. The next one we have is, when I was a kid, there was we'd never stopped watching Lost in Space, and that was kind of cool because I used to love that show. But here we go. We've got Mark Goddard is the next guy on the Price is Right. Guess we can say that since let's see. There we go. Put this down. There we go. All right, here we go. His name is Mark Goddard. So I would imagine the top of the screen is going to be cut off again by the looks of things. I don't know. We'll find out. Here we go.
Mark Goddard, a veteran actor who starred as Major Don West in the classic sci-fi series Lost in Space, passed away on October 10, 2023, at the age of 87. He died of pulmonary fibrosis in Hingham, Massachusetts, according to his wife Evelyn Pazulik. Goddard was born as Charles Harvey Goddard in Lowell, Massachusetts, on July 24, 1936. He grew up in Scituate and excelled in sports, especially basketball. He attended Holy Cross but dropped out to pursue acting in New York. He studied at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts and worked at Woolworths at night. He moved to Hollywood in 1959 and changed his name to Mark Goddard at the suggestion of his friend and mentor Chuck Connors of The Rifleman. He landed the role as Cully, the deputy to Johnny Ringo, in the CBS series Johnny Ringo. He also played Detective Sergeant Chris Ballard in The Detectives, starring Robert Taylor. His most famous role was Major Don West, the hot-tempered pilot of the Jupiter 2, in Lost in Space, created and produced by Irwin Allen. The show ran for 3 seasons from 1965 to 1968 and followed the adventures of the Robinson family and their robot as they tried to find their way back to Earth after being sabotaged by Dr. Zachary Smith. Goddard's character often clashed with Smith and had a romantic interest in Judy Robinson. After Lost in Space, Goddard continued to act in various TV shows and movies, such as The Fall Guy, The Fugitive, The Mod Squad, General Hospital, and The Bill Cosby Show. He also appeared in the 1998 film adaptation of Lost in Space as the general who sent the Robinsons on their mission. Goddard was married 3 times and had 3 children. He also earned a master's degree in education from Bridgewater State College and taught special education at F.L. Chamberlain School in Middleborough for 18 years. Goddard was remembered by his fans and co-stars as a talented and generous actor who brought humor and warmth to his roles. He was also an avid golfer and a devoted family man. He is survived by his wife Evelyn, his children Adam, Melissa, and Joshua, and his grandchildren. The Trash Talking Radio sends our thoughts to their survivors.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's the end. Huh. Okay. I was checking to see if I could adjust this while on the fly so that we'll see our last one all together, hopefully. Okay, that one looks like we should be able to see it all now. All right. Yeah, I remember Mark Goddard. Of course, I knew him as the Don West character. And actually, on the newest Amazon Prime, I think it was Amazon Prime. Was it Amazon Prime? They had that. They redid the Lost in Space with all new characters, and I believe it was funny because they took the Doctor and made the Doctor a female, and then they did the rest of the stuff is pretty much normal. I mean, followed the storyline. But the thing that was funny was that the robot himself looked totally different, and that was kind of cool. Because they actually looked like an android kind of versus an Apple, an android character versus that round robot thing. So that was interesting. But the one I don't remember the one in '98. So the thing that's funny about this is, I guess I'm going to get to that after we show our third and last death of the day or of the week. I guess it's of the week. This one's the one that I feel saddest about because I had all these fantasies of this woman, and she really, actually, for being the age that she was and going through the trauma that she went through, she actually held up pretty good. So All right, the last one was Suzanne Summers, and this one was a little tough. This one, she was only 76. The other two, at least, were in their 80s. So this is really interesting. So let's see what we got here with this one. And like I said,
in case you're just joining us.
Snow on the sitcom
Stop.
Suzanne Summers, the actress, author, and health advocate who rose to fame as Chrissy Snow on the sitcom Three's Company, died on October 15, 2023, at the age of 76.
Oh, wow, I got it here. Oh, I got it more than once.
She had been battling breast...
Hold on there. I didn't realize that I hit it twice. Okay, so this was interesting to me because she was ahead of her time, and I really admire her for the things that she did do. And it's interesting that she was such an entrepreneur, and you're going to see a lot of ads of things that she was selling, just because I felt that to do her justice, that was kind of important. So let me see if I can do this right without losing anything. Okay, that is that. And I want to do this, so I give that back. There, we'll go to there. And that should be everything. Okay, we should see everything now instead of losing a part of it. So, all right, here we go. This is Chrissy Summers. What's her name? So here we go. We're gonna do. Oh, this was a long one. How did it get to be that long? I didn't think it was that long. Didn't seem that long when I was doing it. All right, here we go.
I'm Suzanne Summers. In case you're just joining us.
Suzanne Summers, the actress, author, and health advocate who rose to fame as Chrissy Snow on the sitcom Three's Company, died on October 15, 2023, at the age of 76. She had been battling breast cancer for over 2 decades. Summers was born on October 16, 1946, in San Bruno, California. She began her acting career in the late 1960s, appearing in films such as Bullet and American Graffiti. She also guest starred on several TV shows, including The Rockford Files and The Love Boat. She achieved stardom in 1977 when she was cast as the blonde and bubbly Chrissy Snow on Three's Company, a comedy about 3 single roommates who pretend to be related to avoid eviction. The show was a hit and made Summers a household name and a sex symbol. She also became a successful singer, releasing several albums and performing in Las Vegas. Summers left Three's Company in 1981 after a contract dispute with the producers. She later sued them for $2 million but settled for a fraction of that amount. She continued to act in other TV shows and movies, such as She's the Sheriff, Step by Step, and the 1998 film version of Lost in Space. Summers was also a prolific author, writing more than 25 books on topics ranging from health and wellness to beauty and aging. She was an outspoken advocate for alternative medicine and bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, which she credited for helping her cope with breast cancer and menopause. She also launched her own line of products, including fitness equipment, clothing, jewelry, and skincare. Summers was married 3 times and had 3 children. Her third and last husband was Alan Hamill, a TV producer and host whom she married in 1977. He wrote her a love poem the day before she died, which she read on Instagram. She died peacefully in her sleep at her home in Palm Springs, California. Summers was remembered by her fans and co-stars as a talented and charismatic performer who brought joy and laughter to millions of people. She was also a courageous and inspirational woman who faced her challenges with grace and optimism. She is survived by her husband, her children, her grandchildren, and her great-grandchildren.
There you go. Oh, that one's sad. Oh, why? I must have done something else here. That's why it was 9 minutes. I wonder what it caught that was... Oh, there was something right there. No? Huh. There's something. Ah, that's what did it. Interesting. I got to cut that down because that's not supposed to be that long. It's supposed to be like, I think it was 3 minutes when I filled it, or when I, finished it. I thought it was 3 or 4 minutes, but I didn't have time to play it back because I was really, really, really behind. Because I'm going to play why I was really behind as soon as I get to that part. So I have something really fun to play for you. All right, let's see. Let's see, I didn't have anything that I watched that I want to talk about. So, oh, yeah, there's another one I didn't get to. I'll do that for next week. There is one more that I'm going to do, but I'm going to hold that for next week because I won't have anything to talk about next week, because nothing ever happens. I did some new auditions, and I'm going to hold them for just a little while, just to see what time frame I'm going to do. Actually, I'll do the two, but I'm going to hold the one because the one's long. I might do the one a little bit later. I did one as a pawn shop owner, and it was kind of fun to do it, but I only had 2 lines, and I had to do this to a soundtrack. And unfortunately, the soundtrack didn't come out. The soundtrack came out a lot louder than I did, but it's kind of cool because it shows that if I get this, I got to fly to Canada to do this one, and it pays pretty good. So I really hope I do get this one, but I don't, I won't know until that happens if I'm going to get it or not. But it'd be kind of cool if I got it because it's kind of a neat role. So let's see here. Did I do a? I think I did a.
And I'm playing the part of
so,
the pawn shop owner.
So this is a corrupt pawn shop owner. So this is kind of fun because this is my new setup, by the way. I have a new camera, so it should be a little bit brighter, should be a little bit interesting. This particular one showed me as a corrupt pawn shop owner. So here we go.
You look across your display case at a customer. You're trying to size him up. He doesn't look familiar to you. He looks calm as a cucumber. You're not sure exactly what to make of it. The customer looks down at the counter, pointing to a diamond-studded necklace he's interested in. You pull it out and say your line.
That one is very rare. One of a kind.
Customer nods with approval. He pulls out a small yellow envelope and takes out a stack of hundreds. They look crisp and new. You think, this guy may not know what he's doing. And it looks like he's got a lot of money in that envelope. You glance around the store, making eye contact with a few of your associates, as if to say, we got a live one on the line here, boys. The customer sets the money down on the counter. You begin counting it. You love the way the bills feel in your hands. You look back at the customer. He looks back at you without breaking eye contact. He has a confidence about him you didn't notice until now. Makes you feel a tiny bit nervous. Then, with a confident authority, the customer takes out a cop badge and drops it down on the counter. It lands with an authoritative thud. You freeze in fear. He looks right at you and speaks.
Looks like you're busted.
All your associates bolt, leaving you there alone. You don't know what to do, so you just freeze.
That was it. The rest of the stuff was just like they wanted to see pictures of my hands and they wanted to see a full body shot and stuff. I saw that they had this listed at another place. They were looking for an Italian guy that similar to the guy from Sopranos, and I don't at all look like that. Wait a minute, hold on a sec. Let's see. Someone wants in the chat room and don't know where it's at, so I'm going to post that to them. I thought she was already in there, but she wasn't. So there we go. Yeah, that was kind of a fun one because it was a lot different than the other roles I ever had to do. All I had to do was play along with the track and, and stuff. It was just a little fun, but that was cool. And then I have another one that I'm playing a salesman. Cole Danner is who I'm playing. So here is Cole Danner. If it works out the way I hope it will be nice.
For Pennsylvania, no.
Okay.
Gannon.
All right, so this one is, all right, here we go. This is Cole Danner.
Into the door, and
Or
Jackson
Dannon.
comes in with two lobbyists, Cole Dannon and Mitch Truby. Hi, Anna. Meet Cole Dannon and Mitch Truby. Anna shakes hands with them. Hi, please come in. Cole represents the interests of
it's not very loud,
a
is it?
company that specializes in surveillance technology.
Nice to meet you, Miss Summers.
Both are very active in the Northeast and have donated to campaigns for many senators, mayors, and local council members.
Let's cut to the chase. I found your viral video to be particularly interesting. You see, one of our biggest product lines is surveillance systems for local communities. We install camera systems on almost every street corner and major intersection. This way, law enforcement can very quickly track persons of interest and apprehend them.
But what if it's a petty theft crime? Then the police won't even arrest them anyway.
Jonathan here tells me that's why you're running, to change the bail reform laws. Right now, petty theft is not enforceable. But what if it's arson or murder? Video evidence will go a long way to solving those crimes quickly.
This sounds like it would violate all kinds of privacy and First Amendment rights. How can you guarantee that this video footage won't be used to track innocent people?
Only law enforcement and city council would have access to the footage.
The current mayor, Bob Cooks, would probably use it to spy on young girls. I don't think we need Big Brother in such a small town like this. Cole shakes his head and then looks for Jonathan to bring Anna in line.
When I saw your video, I could see someone who has the fight to go all the way. Someone the public can get behind. And using a security video? That's a perfect fit for Ultratech security systems to be installed in cities and municipals across your district.
Just tell us a figure.
You get into the party, and we'll start with $50,000. And if the polls go well, and you pass the primaries to get to the ballot, then we'll put in another $200,000. That's $250,000. I would bet on you.
And see.
So that was it. Those were the two of the auditions I did. The third one is going to be a little bit longer, so I'm going to do some other things first, but then I will circle back. And wow, in the time that these just were premiered about half an hour ago, and they're already getting hits. That's interesting. So looks like Mark Goddard got more than Suzanne Summers so far. So we'll circle back and see how it is by the end of the show. But right now, the Mark Goddard is in the lead. So all right, let's see what's next. Let's see. So let's see. We can drop this back and drop that out. Drop that out, and drop that out. The picture of the day is this. This is another logo I did with Chat GTP. And by the way, tell Doc I said hi. By the way, I'm actually doing a wrestling card in March. So, yeah, Who'd have thought? I just, when I think about that, it's crazy to do anything in wrestling at my age, but, you know, I'm not the most sane person. So, all right. So these are done. And we're ready to go. I forget what this was. Oh, okay, yeah, all right. Had to remember what it was. All right. So, Chuck Connors, or not Chuck Connors, that's Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris, still a Chuck, not a Connors. Vanilla Ice and Sophie Monk board a zombie plane. I love zombie stuff, but and it's probably as crazy as it should be. It says nostalgia soaked action nostalgia soaked action comedy about a government organization that recruits celebrities to be undercover agent with a feature numbered of cameos, and I would guess they are 3 of them. I don't even know who Sophie Monk is. I would imagine that's probably her, though. So, yeah, zombies. By the way, the Daryl Show just finished their first season, which, if you're into The Walking Dead, he spent his first season in where was he? He was in France. So that was kind of interesting. So, I don't know. Tina, you say you're never too old. my body doesn't agree with you. Believe me, it hurts the next day. And even though I'm just going to be managing, it still hurts. And I haven't taken a bump in a long time. And I took a bump last March, and it was crazy because, like, you know, if you're out of the ring for that long, your body doesn't respond the way it does if you're in every week. So for me, that was kind of interesting because, you know, I had been out of the ring for quite a while. I've really been only doing like 1 card a year, 1 or 2 a year. And you can't really, the card is in Allentown. It's for Rambo. Rambo has always treated me well. The 2 promoters that treated me the best are Doc Diamond and Rambo. So Rambo was really, he gave me a lot of work, and you gave me a lot of work. When I lost my home promotion, I was looking for somewhere I could go where I could actually work and enjoy wrestling and not politics. And because of you guys and because of Rambo, I actually got to work as much as I wanted, and it was fun. And I also worked in New York a lot, but Rambo, he did a good job. He really worked hard at making sure that he was running shows almost every week, and he was running them in 3 states, I think it was. Let's see, Maryland, West Virginia, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I guess that's where he ran. But it was fun. We got to go all over the place and have a lot of fun with it. And as of now, I'll be doing probably 2 matches. Looks like I'll be working with Rob Noxious and Ox Hogg. They're going to do a match, and I'm going to be probably with Rob Noxious. And then I'll probably be in the female match. And it's always nice to be, you know, taken down by one of the females, because they always want to hurt me because I'm a big guy, and they usually end up hurting me. That's when you realize how old you are. That's when you get tackled by a woman, and it's fun. I actually enjoy working his shows. I wish I was I wish I was 20 years younger, like I was when I started. But, you know, that's the way it goes. Actually, I would be older than, no, it was more than that. When I started, I was closer to, I think it was 2000, no, it was 2001 or 2000. I'm trying to remember. Anyway, all right, on to the next thing. Oh, this thing. The unlikely trio of 1980s action hero Chuck Norris, 1990s pop star Vanilla Ice, and Australian singer turned actress Sophie Monk have joined the action comedy Zombie Plane from Australian production and distribution banner Radioactive and U.S. production company Entertainment Squad, a subsidiary of Studio Dome. Zombie Plane centers on a secret government organization that recruits celebrities to be undercover agents who together must save humanity from an imminent zombie attack. Well, Norris could do it all by himself. I mean, you know, Norris is the guy. He's the main man in my eyes. But, you know, it says here, Norris, Ice, and Monk play themselves. Actually, Norris plays Commander Chuck Norris, who mentored and trained Ice into becoming a deadly secret agent. The feature is reportedly full of celebrity cameos with a 90s soundtrack, including tracks by Ice himself. Ice, Ice, baby. So that'll be interesting. I think I would go to see that. So, is this going to be a video about it? No, that's a video about alcohol. All right, so yeah. That would definitely be fun to watch. We have Law and Order is getting bigger. They have, you know, everywhere you look, there's a Law and Order something. You know, Law and Order New York, Law and Order Chicago, Law and Order Poland or whatever. But they also now have a Law and Order Toronto. That's kind of cool. So they're coming out with this new franchise. Like, they need a new franchise. I mean, Law and Order isn't big enough. You know, you would think that people get tired of it, but they must have good writers. I can't say that I ever watched a Law and Order, so I would be perfect to be booked on there, because I have never seen a Law and Order, I guess. I don't know. But I think it's interesting to see that they have another Law and Order, as if they don't have enough Law and Orders. Some people really love it. I mean, my wife used to watch Law and Order, and she'd watch every single one of them. It was just funny. And I was like, I don't understand why you're watching this. But hey, you know, people like it. I think Trish liked Law and Order too, so that would be another person that watches it. I don't know. I don't have anything against them, I guess. It's just that it wasn't really my cup of tea. So now I got to figure out why the top is showing. So that could be, nope, that's not the one. This one here would be the one. There. Now, let's see if that cuts down on there. There we go. Now we can make it bigger, maybe. Gotta be careful I don't make it too big. I want to position it up. Oh, let's position it side to side. I could do that. I could do it that way. That way he won't miss anything. And I could do this. Oh, wait, wrong one again. Damn it. Oh, let's try it again. Now we want to go up. Up. Not down. Up. There. That should be right. Okay, got that. Okay, see, we're fixing as we go. So, just to keep everything perfectly clear. Now, let's go there. Okay, so they're going to have their new franchise, Law and Order Toronto, Criminal Intent, announced the cast for its initial season on MIPCOM, whatever that is, on Monday, confirming the 6 full-time leads for the Canadian iteration of the longest-running scripted drama brand in TV history. The all-Canadian cast includes Aidan Young from Rectify as Detective Sergeant Henry Graff, Kathleen Monroe from City on Fire as Detective Sergeant Frankie Bateman, Karen Robinson from Schitt's Creek as Inspector Viv. Let's see if I recognize her. I don't know. That might be her. I don't know. I don't recognize any of these people. Let's see here. As Inspector Vivian Holness and Casey Collins, the cleaning lady, as Deputy Crown Attorney Theo Forrester. Nicola Karina Demude of Shadowhunters as forensic pathologist Dr. Lucy De Silva, and Araya Mangesa in Anna with an E as the tech expert Mark Johannes. So that's a lot of words. So if you're a special victims criminal intent watcher, that would be for you to enjoy. If that's I guess it's going to be in the U.S. Doesn't say. I would imagine it is, though. So we'll have to wait and see if it is. All right, next one. This is interesting to me because I'm a moviegoer and I used to know everything about the stats of movies and stuff. But since the pandemic, all the box office things are screwed up big time. So let's take a look. I'm going to check and see what we had for movies. Let's see, here we go. So the movies for this week, or what is it? The movies for this, I want the weekly. I believe I want the weekly. Okay, so it looks like the top movie for the week is $100 million? What? See, I used to know this stuff inside out. Now I feel like I don't know it at all. Anyway, the idea is that this week, Taylor Swift box office, their Eras tour opening lowered to $92.8 million, but still belts out the numbers. So $92 million for a week. And I'm assuming this is a filmed thing. Swift's movie. Oh, okay, there we go. Swift's movie. Darn ads. Swift's movie had hoped to clear $100 million domestically, but it's already the top grossing concert film of all time in North America, the second biggest October opening of all time. So at $92.8 million, it's the top movie opening. I mean, that's pretty good. You got to say, they can't be unhappy about that. And so they topped all the movies by her concert. Anything that Taylor Swift does is almost guaranteed to make you money. It's just the way it is. People love Taylor Swift. I don't have anything against her. I'd like to have something against her. Yes, that's a bad joke. I'd like to have something against her. That's me. I'd like to have me against her. I don't think I'd like her, though. I don't think that we get along. I mean, sure, she's beautiful and talented, but aren't we all? It says here, the Taylor Swift, the Eras tour may have fallen short of the expected $100 million box office debut, but still battled out big numbers in North America thanks to the superstar's powerful fandom. I'll tell you, it's good to have loyal fans. And one thing about her is she always fights for her fans. She always tries to do the right thing and make sure that they aren't screwed over and they have more reasonable prices on tickets and stuff like that. So, I mean, after all, she can barely make it on the money she's making now. Oh, man. That's crazy. It says here, AMC, which distributes the movie, broke from the norm in not giving a specific Sunday estimate, which is always provided by a Hollywood studio. Instead, it waited till Monday to declare the official domestic gross. It says here, the tour opened to $30.7 million for a global start of $123.5 million. That's crazy for one day. One day. Heading into the UK, or heading into the weekend, AMC projected the global bow of $150 million. Eros Tour ranked number 1 in the UK, Mexico, Australia, and Germany. Swift's movie is much to celebrate in the becoming the top grossing concert of all time. That's insane. But you got all those little girls that want to see Taylor Swift. And probably a lot of big girls that want to see Taylor Swift. It says here, Swift's movie has much to celebrate in becoming the world's top grossing film of all time in North America in its first weekend, as well as serving up the second biggest October opening of all time behind Joker. And that's not much different. That's $96.2 million, not adjusted for inflation. $96.2 million versus $92.8 million. And you figure that would be, if you adjusted Joker for today's money, the Joker would probably be up quite a bit. So that's something to think about too, is that when you add what the inflation is, the Joker came out, I think it came out prior to, let's see, I just want to see when the Joker came out. I think it came out in 2019 or something, 2018? Might have been, let's find out. 2019. How good am I? So you got to think it's got to be adjusted for inflation, and we had that big inflation with COVID, where everything tripled in prices. So I don't know how much tickets cost for that movie, or either movie. Well, I do remember I probably paid $10 or $12 for tickets to see the Joker. Might have been less. I don't know. But all the prices of movies have gone up like everything else in the world. But anyway, it's kind of neat because this movie is by far the top movie out there. I wonder, though, how big, if we talk about inflation, the other movies would have been for this same time period, if it was put out in this year versus put out in that year. So, I don't know. Let's see here. That's all we really need about this. Well, actually, I found this interesting, too. So, when you think about it, oh, this is in the next thing, so I'm going to hold off until we get to the next one, because the next thing actually talks about this. I found this was interesting. So with Taylor Swift, Barbie, Beyonce, movie theaters tell female audiences, you belong to me. So if you think about it, the people that are watching Taylor Swift, in general, I'm not going to say this is not the rule. Hey, how you doing, Byron? This is not the rule, but this is something to think about. Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and Barbie, they all have something in common. They're all female-driven. So when you think about that, the female-driven part fascinates me, because they got a lot of stuff out of the, usually when you think about the movies, you think about how that say, Fast and Furious. That's a male movie, a male car movie, so that would be the top movie of when that comes out. Well, here you see these things. We're talking about Barbie, Taylor Swift, and Beyonce have just done killer at the box office. And they're more female-driven things. Because, there are guys that like Taylor Swift and there are guys that like Beyonce, but I think more guys are going to see those two because of their girlfriends than they would in normal circumstances. So it talks about this. With Taylor Swift and Beyonce appeared sharing a tub of popcorn at an AMC theater in Los Angeles Wednesday night for the premiere of Swift's concert movie. The moment was an Avengers-like teeming of pop culture superheroines in the midst of the long-running industry strike that has driven studios to delay some of their 2023. That's another reason, too. That's another reason why they're doing really well, but you can't take away the fact that Taylor Swift got the #1 spot by a long shot. You can't take that away from her. She actually did really well, but if let's say the strike wasn't on and the big movies that are holding for release had been out, it may not have knocked her off the top, but it would have definitely moved her gross down quite a bit in my eyes, anyway. So it says here the two pop stars had flown to boost the box office. The Eras Tour is now in theaters, and Beyonce's concert movie Renaissance, a film by Beyonce, will open December 1st. And I would imagine that Beyonce is going to draw quite a bit like Swift did. The majority of moviegoers, the singers are expected to lure to the theaters, will be women and girls, building upon the audience that has already helped drive the biggest film of the year, Barbie. Post-track combined exiting poll data from the Thursday night screenings of Swift's film, which is expected to earn more than $150 million globally this weekend. That's more than a lot of the action films, more than most of the action films have done in one weekend. While Warner Brothers Barbie has earned $1.43 billion worldwide, eventually drawing plenty of men and boys to the theater. The film saw 69% of its opening weekend box office in July for Barbie, coming from female ticket buyers. I just think it's really cool. It's because all the movies really that go out nowadays are geared towards men. It's interesting to see that they're missing the boat on the women, because here you're seeing this is actually happening. This is actually, it's similar to Top Gun's Maverick for the guys. And Avatar was male skewed too, and Oppenheimer was male skewed. So it's interesting to see that Oppenheimer opened with Barbie, and Barbie definitely won against them. So it's just kind of funny, because a lot of the times women are overlooked. So, and by the way, it says for a lot of these movies there are no comps, especially for the opening weekend. But it says here that films have managed to engage passionate female fan bases to pay off. Often in the industry, expectations for them, says Hunger Games and Crazy Rich Asians producer Nina Jacobson, whose new movie Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songs and Snakes, a prequel to the nearly $3 billion grossing dystopian film series that debuted in 2012, is due in theaters November 17th. Hunger Games was an awesome series. Didn't make much sense in reality, but it still kept people coming back, and I saw all three of them, and I was pretty much into all three of them. I thought that they did a good job of putting those movies out and making them interesting enough that you won't question the logic or lack of logic in them. So just was really kind of cool to see that the movies, even though they're geared towards men, there is a market, quite a big market for the women. So, all right, next. All right, as soon as these close. All right. One of these days I'm going to find a good chart for the domestic. I used to have a good chart that I used to read for the movies, but they shut down and I haven't had a good chart since then. So I really miss having that data because I used to really live off that data. All right. Buck Trent has now tied Mark Goddard, but still has not. Suzanne Summers has not caught up. I'm really surprised. I need to figure that out. All right. Oh, can I do that? How does that work? I found a page I never saw before on YouTube. I'm gonna have to investigate it. All right, next. I was writing the show earlier today, and I found this one thing on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to show it to you. It's really, really kind of funny. It was on Trump's post. So, okay, I got to stop this.
Good morning.
Stop. Okay. So, Trump actually posted this, and it's called the Presidential Olympics. And you got to hear it. It's really, really stupid, but it's funny. So we're going to watch it together, and it should be funny. The Presidential Olympics. Here we go.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for day one of the Presidential Olympics. And it's a lovely day here in Delaware. And the day one event, as always, is the Air Force One Stairway event. Straightforward, but has seen its share of adventures over the years. Just going over some last-minute pointers here with his personal trainer and coach. And it's a confident salute and steady approach. Just using the standard grip and pull technique that was popularised by Woodrow Wilson in the early 1700s. And will he attempt the turn and wave? He does, he doesn't disappoint, and it's a smooth delivery. And next up, Joseph Robinette Biden, of course representing the United States of Ukraine. Also receiving some last-minute pointers from his coach. And it's a confident salute with a light jog attempt, still with a grip and pull, but it seems to be doing the trick. Oh, and I was about to say he seems to be doing the trick. It's gone. He's gone twice, and he's gone a third time. That we've never seen that before. Just reaching out to the other handrail and realizing his arms aren't long enough. Doing a little jog move at the end there. Will he go for the turn and wave? No, he's saluting. That's a solid salute to finish. I'm losing his balance there a little bit, just as he disappears into the plane. And Donald Trump's second attempt. People are saying it's already over. Trump just needs to have a solid ascent, and it's probably beyond Biden's reach. And Trump just going for the left-handed ascent there, showing off he's ambidextrous. First attempt, of course, was a right-handed ascent, going for the left-handed. Same grip and pull technique and a steady pace. Not even bothering to turn and wave. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to risk it. Doesn't need the points. And I think he knows it's already in the bag.
There you go.
And we're back for Joe Biden's second attempt. Some people saying he'd need to do a full sprint with somersault to get the points back. I think he knows it's beyond him now. He's taking it very steadily. He was grip and pulling, but he's just let go of the handrail. Is he trying to claw some? No, he's gone again. And this has been a disaster for Joe Biden. What a sad sight it is to see. Turns not even he's going for the wave, not the salute, but that is tragic. And you can see here the moment where he actually lets go of the handrail. Maybe he was trying to finish in style. We're already hearing from his team that they're complaining about the low light. Maybe that played a part. We just don't know. But we can all agree it's been a terrible, terrible day for Team Biden. They'll have to put this day behind them and prepare for tomorrow's event, day 2, which is walking off stage. We'll be covering that all day on the BBC. Don't forget to tune in.
There you go. I gave you your update on the Presidential Olympics. That stuff is so stupid. And you got to think, I mean, Trump actually posted that. I mean, oh man, it's funny. That shows what happens when you have a lot of money and don't care. So, all right, next. We'll have to keep this one in case we need to refer to it at some point. Trump is funny. And I wouldn't expect him to have a sense of humor, but All right, next thing. There is a new. Oh wow, I've only got. Okay, I didn't have as many of these as I thought I did. Okay, so Top Gun is coming out with Top Gun: The Next Generation TV series. So that's interesting to see that they're going to do a fighter school. So Nat Geo is I guess it's going to be a reality TV series, from what I can tell. Says here, Top Gun inspired reality TV series is coming to Nat Geo. Top Gun: The Next Generation is the working title. Will follow a group of U.S. Navy student pilots as they train to become fighter pilots in the military's Advanced Flight Training Program. The production from Zinc Media Group boasts unprecedented access to one of the Navy's most demanding training and selection programs. I think that would be interesting, but I'm just wondering how much will look legit, because this is a government thing. And I doubt that they're going to give any secrets away, like, I don't know, how to fly I don't know. I'm sure they're not going to give any secrets away on stuff like that. But I'm really interested to see what they do on that, because it would be interesting to see what the pilots have to go through to become Top Gun people. Top Gun will follow a diverse range of Navy student pilots as they embark on some of the most challenging flight tests possible, including landing on an aircraft carrier at sea. The elite nature of the course means that only a minority, the very best, will make it to the top to fly the world's most advanced jet, the F-35C Lightning II. The first-time access will allow the series to follow the prospective naval aviators every step of the way, in the air, in the classroom, off base, and at home, as we discover who's got what it takes to make it to the F-35C. I think it'd be really cool, though. It would definitely be really cool. I would watch that. I'm not. I can't say I'm not one that likes those type of programs, because I do like those kind of programs. But when you're talking about something, a lot of these, like Pawn Stars. I was on a Pawn Stars episode a year ago, August, and it was not at all like you see on TV. All that stuff is, they already know ahead of time what they're going to pay, and the client already knows ahead of time what they're going to be willing to pay. So, really isn't as cut and dry as you would expect it to be. It's really a lot different than they expect it to be. So, or that we would expect it to be, because we hope that reality TV is reality TV. But the whole thing is that there is no reality TV that is 100% what you see it is. A lot of they're all somewhat scripted. So it's something to keep in mind, that it's not going to be, I mean, I don't want to like make it seem like it's all scripted, because there is a certain amount. But what they do is you sign a contract. The reason I know this, by the way, is I was supposed to go on a reality TV show, so I got to see what the contracts look like. And I was going to go on a reality TV show like 2 years ago, and it was a dating program. And I said to my girlfriend at the time, I was going to do this before I met you, and now I don't know if I can do it because I'm with you. And she goes, do it, do whatever you can to, you know. But I didn't do it anyway, because I care a lot about her, and it really got to be weird. But like you had to have all these medical tests. You had to, well, for that one, because you were potentially going to sleep with someone, you had to have your STD test, and you had to have, you know, they really probe into your life a lot more than I liked it. But I was really one step away from being on that show, and I felt that it was not my best interest to do it, because I was working with an agency at the time, and I had a girlfriend. That's the biggest one. I had a girlfriend, and I didn't want to screw that up. So, but I really was interested in what the actual, the context of the thing, because you can't really take what they say. They chop those things up into a million pieces, and they put words together that aren't supposed to be there, or they'll put a sentence where it doesn't, where it would make sense, but it didn't happen that way. So those kind of things bother me, and they kind of scare me a little bit, because you don't want to go into one of those situations where you're in a where you can be put in a they can make you look however they want to make you look, I guess is basically what I want to say. They can make you look good or not, and they edit those things so that the person that they want to win turns out to look good or not. So that's kind of what I wanted to say. That's what the whole point of that spiel was. All right, next. All right. Someone's getting married, and it's not me. And Wolfgang Van Halen ties the knot with longtime love. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Andrea Ia. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I find that interesting, because, you know, talk about someone that I want to make sure that this comes out right, because I like Wolfie. I really think he's talented. I think that he's got his dad's musical ability, maybe to the next level, because he can sing too. And I think that he's got a lot of, there's a lot of good things about this guy. And I think that he's a very talented songwriter. So I like the stuff that I heard that that he does. And I think that he's definitely going to, and is already doing really well. So I want to see him succeed. Wolfgang Van Halen, the son of Valerie Bertinelli. Boy, what am I doing? I can't speak. Wolfgang Van Halen, the son of Valerie Bertinelli and the late rocker Eddie Van Halen, married his longtime partner Andrea, I don't know, Allsop, Van Halen and Alsop tied the knot at their home in Los Angeles. And let's see here. It was an 8-year anniversary of their first date. 8 years is a long time. In today's world, that's really long time, especially in today's entertainment world. So it's kind of cool. Van Halen's mother, Bertinelli, also posted in celebration of the nuptials, A equals W, 10, 15, 23. Oh, it's not equals. A plus W. A and W. Okay. So they had root beer at their wedding. No. A and W, 10, 15, 23. There were reports that Bertinelli walked Van Halen down the aisle to the tune of a song his father wrote for him. I think it's that one. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. The song that my father had written for me, it's an instrumental piece called 316. It's a nice way to include my dad. The younger Van Halen announced his engagement July 6th, 2022. She said yes. He captioned a photo of the two of them. Bertinelli responded in the comments to share her joy over the couple's update. How do I love this a million times. So happy, she wrote. Love ya, Ma, Van Halen replied in the comments. The younger Van Halen is a musician like his late father, playing in the band Mammoth WVH. Alsop's Instagram page lists her occupation as a software engineer. When the two celebrated their 5-year anniversary just 2 months after the death of Eddie, Wolfgang thanked Alsop for supporting him through the tough times. 5 years with this lady today. I mean, you can't say anything bad about him. I mean, everything I've seen about him, you know, it's like he doesn't play the arrogant a-hole. He seems to be a pretty genuine guy. His songs have been pretty good. And he plays everything and sings everything. So how could you hate on a guy like that? You know, I wish I had a dad that was, a rock star. But even if I can guarantee you that if his father was not Eddie Van Halen, he would have a harder time being at the top. But I can't hate on him for that, you know. I can't hate on him for being talented. I can't hate on him for his dad being Eddie Van Halen. I would be happy if my dad would have been a famous rocker. But, hey, you know, you live and you learn, and that's just it. I'm happy for him. My friend Dave Drumgold has a show tomorrow in New York. A showcase, if you will. And I told him I would advertise it, so I'm going to advertise it. When I was there, some of these people were there, and I got to actually enjoy them. I will probably be on one of the shows coming up. In fact, when I went there, I think these clips look like they're all from that time. Yeah, these. So this is really cool because the show is awesome the way that he does them. He gets a big studio in the middle of New York in Manhattan, and he has all these talented people. And here's a sample of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Jusone Williams Inspirational Singers.
These people are really, really good.
Everybody, Shakara.
My hallelujah belongs to you.
to sing it. My hallelujah belongs to you. You deserve it. You deserve it. God, you deserve it. Yes, we bless your name, Lord. You deserve it. All the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. You deserve it. You deserve it.
I'm probably going to get in trouble from YouTube, by the way. It's just playing pieces of it. He also had on, let's see here. All right. Oh, this was cool. This was neat. These guys are awesome. When was the last time you saw stand-up bass? Some cool cats.
Satin doll. My aunt used to sing this.
That's David singing.
He wakes me.
He didn't know the words.
Speaks Latin.
I can relate to that. I've been in situations like that.
Oh my God. Well, I'm going to talk about my aunt. My aunt Shirley was a club singer in the blues, a blues singer in Chicago. Magnificent. So my mother was one of 14, 11 girls. So you can imagine the shotgun always sat by the door. I had an accountant, a costume designer, go-go girl, nightclub singer, 2 other accountants, and a woman who ran trucks. So these were strong women. My mother would come home every day after working 9 to 5, take care of us and make it all so lovely. Sweet. She had always different stories when she would come home. One day, I think it was 1972, she came home particularly upset and she says, I don't want to talk, baby, I just want you to hug me. And I said, well, Mama, is everything all right? She goes, I'll tell you in a minute. And she just held me and she started crying. I was like, well, what happened? She goes, I was standing at the bus stop on my way home and I could feel my purse moving like this. And I was like, well, what happened, Mama? She goes, this man had his hand in my purse, baby. Everyone's not like this normally in the world, but this moment happened. And I said, well, what did you do? And she said, I turned around to him and I grabbed it. You know those C sort of metal things on top of a purse? She grabbed it and held it together. And he's like, lady, what are you doing? She said, what am I doing? I'm going to show you what I'm doing. And balled up her fist, and with the ball of her fist, bopped him on the nose and left him on the floor bloody. She goes, I don't know how or why, but I stepped forward and dared him to stand up. Now this was a 5'10", 5'11" man who knows what he weighed, but my mother was 5'4" and 125 pounds at best. But she instilled the fear of God in him, and he didn't get up. And she got on the bus, and she got home and hugged her babies. Everybody say Lula Mae. My mom's name is Lula Mae, and I will always say is, because even though she's no longer here, I love her. I will love her forever. I may break into the odd tear, but we're going to get through this show celebrating Miss Lula Mae. You'll see pictures of her later. I'm going to leave you with the
That was one song there, the Gil Schwartz Trio. Now I can tell you there was some weird stuff too. That was That was not a weird one, but this guy was cool. I like this guy. He was like a magician, a comedian. And
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Matthias Lotelier.
Actually, he was really good.
All right. How's everyone doing? Excellent. I'm going to place this here. Let me know if you can still hear me. Oh, just kidding, just kidding. So everyone, I want to see how is the atmosphere to see if we can have a little bit of fun together. So everyone, please extend your hands.
By the way, I was sitting right here. So it was kind of, I got a really close look at it. They had these stadium seats in the back, and he gave me one of the best seats in the house because I was up there with all the talent. It was kind of cool.
There you go. Now raise one hand, raise the other one, and then on the count of 3, you're going to load down both of your hands saying Matthias. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, Matthias. Oh, thank you very much. That's for me. But that's how I like to start, with everyone smiling. But let's try with a little magical.
This is actually very cool the way this guy did
Now
stuff.
put your thumbs down. Now the left hand crosses over the right one, then you're going to hold hands together. There you go. It's the other left hand. There you go. Who else? Who else? Who else? There is always someone else right there. Is the other left one as well. This is the left hand. This is the right one, and the left one crosses over the right. And it's never too late to learn which one is the left one, right? All right, now move your pinkies, move your middle fingers, move your thumbs, and then you're going to be able to stretch your hands until you're finished with your thumbs up. There you go. See, I love it how it... Wait, what? It didn't work. All right, I can't explain how it's done, but we can do it again. Everyone extend your hands, wave your fingers, and now you're going to start clapping because I'm not going to do it again, otherwise you will discover the secret. That is not good for me.
Actually, we missed
So
part
once
of it
again,
because
I'm Matthias Lotelier. I'm an illusionist and a mentalist. And then you're going to be able to stretch your hands.
Wait a minute. Because this is stupid.
And it's never too late to learn which one is the left one, right?
Okay.
As well, this is the left hand. This is the right one, and the left one crosses over the right, and it's never too late to learn which one is the left one, right? All right, now move your pinkies, move your middle fingers, move your thumbs, and then you're going to be able to stretch your hands until you're finished with your thumbs up. There you go. See, I love it how it... Wait, what? It didn't work. All right, I can't explain how it's done, but we can do it again. Everyone extend your hands, wave your fingers, and now you're going to start clapping because I'm not going to do it again, otherwise you will discover the secret. That is not good for me. So once again, I'm Matthias Lotelier. I'm an illusionist and a mentalist, and even though my name is French, I'm actually originally from Chile. And for those of you who don't know Chile, go get a wine. And then we'll talk. But when I was in Chile, I met this beautiful woman. She brought me back. She kidnapped me from Chile. Then we got married, and that's when I realized that I became her souvenir from Chile. True story. And I became a U.S. citizen in 2017 for 45 reasons. Anyway, so thank you for welcoming me to your country. That's been amazing. Okay, too much about me. Let's talk about you. Let's have a little bit of fun. And let's see. What's your name? Yeah. Isaiah, what would you prefer? Big cards or small cards? All right, let's get the big ones. Man, you could have said small. We have the small, but size matters, I guess. Anyway, come right here. I want to put it right here in your hand. Hold on to this. Actually, come right here. Let's give him a big round of applause, everybody. Yeah, and relax a little bit right here and say hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
So hold this right here. Put your hand on top. Hold it nice and tight, and then let's ask some questions right here. For instance, ooh, you look nice. What's your name?
Deidre.
What would you prefer, black cards or red cards?
Obviously black.
Black cards, like it. Thank you. Black cards. So we are playing with the black cards. And let me see. Ooh, I'm gonna go right here. What's your name?
Greg.
Greg. In black cards, we have spades and clubs. What would you prefer?
Spades.
You forgot to say, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, of course, of course. Today we are with the of course. So spades, of course. And then so we have a black card, spades cards. And I mean a spade. Let me see one more person. Ooh, you look very nice. What's your name? Jason. Jason. In spades, what number would you like? Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King. Yes. 7. So we have a nice card, the 7 of spades. Come right here. See the mark? Yes, I did. That's my mark. No, you can be right here too. You can be right here. But you were holding these cards all this time, right?
Yeah.
Did anybody touch?
No.
You didn't sneak inside?
I did not.
You could have done it. Why you didn't do it? It's up to you. But nobody touched them. The cards are right there. Thank you very much. Give them back to me. Let's give him a big round of applause. He was unbelievable. Thank you so much for that. You can go right there. Don't worry. And you know, I'm going to bring this really fast right here. So the fun part is that there was one card, a completely random card. Black, you could have said red, spades, but you could have said clubs. 7, you could have said ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, yeah, queen, king. 7 of spades. I'm going to show you right here all the cards. Let me take all of this, open them up. Because here is the most interesting thing. Right here, somewhere here, if we are starting to connect with the audience, somewhere around here, there happens to be one. And only one card facing the opposite direction. And this card happens to be black. Spades. The 7 of spades. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I even impress myself when we do this type of things. Let's put this one right here. So, actually, in my pocket. It's a nice place. All right, so for the next part, let's see, I'm going to need 2 victims. No, volunteers. Different word. I always said, if you understand my English, you have to thank my wife. If you don't understand me, blame her. But so far, I hope that I'm doing a good job with my English. So let's ask someone fun to come help us. What's your name?
Casey.
Casey. No, I need a person with a different name. Let me see. No, Casey. Give the flower right there to your friend and come right here. Be careful with all of this. What's going on right there? There's so much stuff in there. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. Come right here, turn around, and then we're going to try something fun. Say hi, everyone. Yeah, Casey, come right here. 1 second, and we need someone to join you for this. Let's ask someone. I'm gonna go. Someone from the back. They always say like people from the back don't participate. They participate with me. So let's go right here. Let's see. Rick, what's your name? Ricky. Ricky. How would you like me to call you, Rick or Ricky? When can I call you, Ricky? Let me call you. Come right here. Let's give it up for Ricky, everybody. Ricky is jumping over everybody. Ricky, come right here, Ricky. Ricky was so excited. I met him before the show, and he's like, "Wait, I'm gonna get to be part of the show." And I'm like, "Ricky, this is gonna be your moment." So come right here. Don't worry about it. Come right here. Don't mess it up. Okay, stay right here. So what I'm gonna do is I love we come here. People are from all over the place, and we don't know each other, but we connect with one another. And I brought what I call my connection tester. So to do this, I'm gonna need a special antenna. Let me see it right here. We have this. We have 2 antennas. Let me see. So choose one of them. All right, this one for you. So then the first one is gonna be. I'm gonna place it right here. Let me see, right there. There we go. And this is gonna be the first antenna. And then the next one is gonna be for you, Ricky. And this one right here. Let me see. This one right here. And this one is the receiver. All right. So we have the antenna and the receiver. All right. So Rick, he's getting into this. All right. Hold on 1 second. Let's test the connection. So this is my connection. Casey, please hold on to this one like this, and then hold on to this one right here. There you go. Bring your hand right here. Bring your hand, and then what's this? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, nice. Hold on. Let's try something a little more interesting. Touch his forehead. Ooh, it works. And now touch her forehead.
I can't reach it.
It works. Okay, now touch the nose. Touch the nose.
I'm sorry. It's
okay. Okay, touch the nose as well. I know, very interesting. And then touch right here. Yes, touch right there. It works. Now, leave it there. Too much stuff. I was getting too much excitement. Okay. Anyway, so you are connected right now. It's clear that we're connected with everybody. everybody. But you know, we need to test this connection in a different way, so that's why I have some cards right here. And let me shuffle them a little bit, and then please take all the cards, and then come a little closer, and then count 10 cards right here in my hand. And help me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, at this hour, you never know if they really count. So, give him the cards to Ricky. And then, did you bring your pockets with you? No. Okay, then you have to create a pocket. And put those either in the shoe, in the pocket, you find. And then, 10 cards right here. 10 cards. Oh, sure. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and wait, hold on 1 second. You had one card facing the opposite direction. Well, but turn it over. Help me with this, Ricky. Help me with this, Ricky. Well, I was just testing you. I was just testing you. Don't worry. Put it in your pocket. Put it in your pocket. Oh, in the back one. In the front one. Okay. It's because of what's coming next. So. What's going to happen is that right now, I need to test the connection. So basically, I'm going to try to take some cards away from you and then place them in your pocket, Ricky. Don't worry, I'm a professional. You won't feel it. But you will feel it all. So this is how we're going to do it. I have my friend Jazz right here, amazing pianist. Let's give him a big round of applause. He was so gracious, like, Matthias, let's play a little bit of music while we do this, because you're going to have to feel the music. He's going to play something nice, and then you feel the music, and then you're going to start, that rhythm gets into your veins, and then suddenly it's going to go all the way, and then that card jumps all the way. But once it gets here, Ricky, you need to catch it, bring it to the pocket, and give us a sexy move. That works. Okay, let's try it. Just, let's see. Oh, but hold on 1 second. Hold on. How many cards should we do this? A number between 1 and 5. Who said 3? Thank you. 3. All right, there we go. All right. Okay, 3 cards. Just on your mark. Here we go. Ooh. Oh, we're going to do this despacito. Okay, there you go. Now, start feeling. Look at this. Ricky wants the card. He needs the card. And whenever you're ready, go 1, 2, 3, and throw it. Hold on 1 second. Did you feel that one?
Yes, I felt it.
Felt it already. Second one. Let's try it. Feel it. Go feel it. And then throw the card. Throw it away. Catch it. You missed the card. Be on point. Okay, but you felt it?
I felt it.
Second one, I think he felt it. Okay, the third one. Here we go. 1. Feel it. Ricky, feel the card. 2. 3. That was the one, right?
Yeah.
That was the one. So I know that you won't believe me, but 3 cards flew away from your pocket and they went inside of yours. And now they're going to go back to your shoe right there. That's the thing. It's an illusion. Wait, you didn't like it that far. No, actually, it did happen. I'll show it to you. Please take out the cards from your socks right there. And let's see. And count them right here. Help me count. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 smelly cards. No, they smell good. Okay, they smell good. But take out the cards from your pocket. And let's see how many we have. Because we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 warm cards. Very warm. So let's give one more time a big round of applause for both of them. They were great. But repeat with me. This is a special day.
It is a special day.
That I'm never going to forget.
That I'm never going to forget.
When I came to the show. When I came to the show, and I met Matthias, and he gave me my nice watch back.
Thank you.
That was so good, right? But you know what? I also have one for you. I said, you're nothing, but look at this. I also have one for you right there. There's another one right here. So let's see both of them. You can Ricky, thank you so much.
So that was kind of a cool thing to see live, and I thought I didn't want to cut off at the beginning of or at the end of the unless it was at the end, so you get to see the punchline or whatever, is that he pickpocketed them. It was kind of cool. So, and they had a disco queen on there too, and that was kind of cool too. But all right, we're going to move on to something else now. Let's see. All right, let's see here. So if you're in New York tomorrow at the what was it? It was at the community center in Manhattan. It was a really, really cool place. Definitely would be fun to see it. It's a variety show, and they show you a lot of really strange variety of things, but it's worth it. All right, next. All right, where am I going to start with this? Let's see. You know what? I'm going to show that thing that I said I was going to show you later. I'm going to show that now. So I have another audition that I did that was for The Voice. Now, I don't usually get involved in those kind of things, and but what they wanted from me was they wanted a bio, and it turned out I started it, and I tried to be genuine, and I tried to really give them something good. So I hope it doesn't bore you, but this is what I use to enter The Voice. So this is kind of an interesting thing, because I told myself I'd never do this. I told myself I would never,
pretty obnoxious.
I would never ever enter The Voice. So this is what the entrance looks like. As soon as I can get it to do it. No, it's not. There we go. So this is my entrance into The Voice.
And the first one was called Gasm. That was the first band I was in. It was a pretty obnoxious band, and we did some pretty cool things. We worked with the college campuses and some of the bars around the area and stuff like that. And it was pretty obnoxious, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. But then I had lung surgery at the age of 22, which I thought was going to end my career. And I sounded like the Godfather for like 9 months. And I was pretty sure I was done singing. But then one day, my voice came back, so I came back into the business. I was in a band then called Apathy. I was with a bunch of these young kids. I was young myself, but they were young kids. They were a lot younger than me. And we played out in some cool places. But the important thing of that is that I met my friend Ken Wolf, and he turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me in my music career. After Apathy, I started a band called Mike Trash and the Barking Rats. As you can imagine, another weird name, but we left an impression. In fact, we left such an impression that some 40 years later, there were guys coming up to me saying, "Are you Mike Trash that was in the Barking Rats?" And of course I was. And the one guy said to me, "You opened for us, you know, we were doing that party and you were the band that opened right before us, and we were kind of intimidated to go on
because you guys were so good. I don't know that we were that good, but maybe they were just that bad. It's hard to say back in those days. After that band, I started a 2-man computerized band, and that was around 1986-ish or so, and that was with Ken Wolf. I mentioned him previously, and we started an experimental thing. We did the first computerized rock band in this area, and we worked in that band for over 30 years. Actually probably about 34 years we worked that band. So kind of interesting that we were the innovators at that time, and just kind of stuck with it as long as we could. So we were the first computerized rock band in this area. We were called the Uncle Sam Band, and some of the cool things that we accomplished, we played in 3 states. We played in New York, New Jersey, and of course Pennsylvania, because that's where we're from. We were on 2 compilation CDs that were for the South by Southwest Music Festival in Austin, Texas, and that was kind of cool because, you know, we didn't know what we were doing. We thought we had this music producer that liked us, and he wanted to use some of our stuff on his compilation CDs, so we were on 2 CDs back then, so that was kind of cool. And then in 1997, we released our full-length CD called Love in a Blender, and that was under Jaybird Records, and then they were bought out by Orchard Records out in New York, so that's where that all went. But it was kind of cool because we didn't know what we were doing. I mean, we went into the studio saying, we know it all. We came out of the studio saying, wow, there's so much to know, and we didn't know anything by that time. So that band lasted 30 years, and that's a long, long time for one band to be together. And went really well. In the mid-2000s, I got inspired to write Vital Idol, which was a TV show. Well, it was originally a movie, but then it turned into a TV show that uses our music. And basically it takes a song a week and you live that song. See, we write songs about life. We don't write party songs like some bands do. We write songs about life. After that, a crushing thing happened, and it almost took me out of the business. My wife of 20 years tragically died in 2014, and that sent me in a tailspin for a couple of years. She was the love of my life, and she meant everything to me. And she was one of the 2 people that ever believed in me. She believed in me so much that she wanted me to follow my passion and my dreams. But for the first couple of years, I couldn't do it. I did write a lot of good songs about her and about us and things like that, but it was really tough. But anyway, so then in 2018, I took early retirement. I decided I needed to do what I wanted to do all my life. You see, I came up in a very poor lifestyle. My parents didn't make a whole lot of money. We lived in a 4-room house without water, without plumbing. We had an outhouse, if you can imagine. And I really did not want to be poor all my life. And my parents and people around me always told me I can't do it. And I decided that that's not going to be the case. In fact, I can do it. At 16, I had a chance to go to college at 16. My parents said, if you ever go to college, we're going to pay. We'll make sure you have the money to pay. Of course, they didn't. And when that happened, they said, well, we can't really afford to send you to college. So I worked and figured out a way to do it, and I went to college. When I was in college, I found that other people had running water in their house, and they had toilets in their house, and it was a lot different than I imagined. And so my whole eyes and world had opened wide once I moved and got into college. I lived in a van for 3 years while I was going to college. I was determined to make it work. I was determined to make something of myself. So then I was told I would never be a musician. So what did I do? I became a musician. Wasn't a great career choice at that point because I had no money to support myself, but I did what I had to do so that I could make it. Then when I had lung surgery, I thought it was over, and I thought there wasn't going to be any more music. But then I went back into music, and we pick up the story now in 2014 when my wife died. Although in the 2000s, early 2000s, I also got involved in pro wrestling too, so I was in pro wrestling for 12 years because I was told I couldn't do it, especially at 40. They tell you should do that when you're 16, 20, whatever. Never at 40. I was told I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to be able to do it. I did do it, and I did it fairly well and left an impression in the pro wrestling market too. Anyway, let's fast forward to 2015, 16, 17, 18. 18 was retirement. I decided I was going to put music in the forefront, and since I didn't have a job anymore, I was going to be forced to do the music and do it full time. I had no excuses then. So we got to play different places. We got to play Jizzy's in New York, which was a legendary club in New York. It was a place a lot of the big guys played when they were young, and we got a chance to play it. I got to be in a music video by a band called Too Close to Touch, and they did a song called Chasing Highs. And if you go to YouTube and search for Too Close to Touch Chasing Highs, you'll see me right there, right on the front screen. And that's my acting debut, and I actually got paid pretty well for doing that. I was surprised. Things seemed to be going really well. Then in 2021, we got hit with COVID, and it slowed everything down. And then that fall, my favorite dog died in October, and that was pretty hard to handle because he was with me from Pam's death and on, actually before Pam's death on. And then my mother died 2 weeks later in 2021. And then the other thing that crushed my soul, October 28th, 2021, Ken died. I mean, I was working with him for 37 years. He's my co-writer, my bandmate. He was the other person that believed in me. You know, I lost my wife, she believed in me. I lost Ken, he believed in me. Well, now I'm all alone. So I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. Because now the other person that believed in me is not around anymore. So I took the last song that we wrote together, which was Love is Love. And he and I had just finished a video for that. And that was the last thing we worked on together. And I placed it in the film festival circuit for 2022. And it won 23 first place awards.
I also placed Vital Idol trailer into those film festivals. That was my TV show that I was trying to sell. And that won 19 first place awards in the year. So that meant that year, I won 42 awards that year. And I also started acting. So in the past year, I've done 4 movies. So, yeah, it's interesting. I took a break from music and spent the time acting. Here we are, 2023, and I'm finally ready to get back in the mix. The music we wrote will live on Ken's memory, because he and I wrote some really good stuff. And if it gets in the right hands, it will be really popular stuff. Since I didn't have a band, I asked a couple of friends to jam, and we played a couple of classic songs for you. I hope you like it. Classy Mike Trash is back and ready to rock.
Ways.
there we go. So that's the demo tape, or the demo that I did for The Voice. So thank you, Bobby. Haven't seen you for a while, and I don't know if Mitch is still in the room or not. I may have scared him away, but thank you for the compliment on the wrestling, Mitch. I appreciate that. So anyway, that's hopefully the beginning of a new chapter. I mean, I do have a band that I'm working with right now, but I had to get it done. I had to get this thing done as soon as I could. So I put a band together that I'm actually trying to get ready. We've only had 2 practices so far. We have 2 sets done. So that's pretty good. You can't usually do it that quickly. We're working on the 3rd set. I just wrote the 3rd set out for them. This is the first time I had to do cover tunes. I'm used to doing my own stuff, so it's kind of fun to do cover tunes again, but I really want to get back to doing originals, and if I get the right situation, I'll get to do the originals again, and, you know, who knows? But it's kind of fun because I'm doing all kinds of, a lot of stuff I used to do back in the old days, back in the early 80s and stuff, and then I'm doing a bunch of songs that I've always wanted to do but never had a chance to do, and it's really, really kind of fun. Yeah, it's a little bit different. It's you got to try to keep it together and go through the changes and the storms, and I went through a lot of storms in the past, well, actually since birth, but recently there's been a lot of changes in my life that were not at all foreseen, so I had to figure out what I was going to do, whether I was going to try to whether I was going to give up or try to do something bigger and better, and I think we're going for the bigger and better. So if we make it on The Voice or not, I'm still gonna push the music, because that's what I really want. And plus, with the acting, I've done a lot of really fun acting. With the 4 films that I did last year, it's a start of something really cool. And actually, if I get some of the things I auditioned for, I'll be going to Canada for a shoot, if that comes through. And some of the other things aren't quite as demanding as the Canada shoot, but this the Youngest Partisan was a really cool movie that I was in. I didn't have a big part in it, but I got a speaking role, so that's kind of cool. So little by little, I'm trying to broaden my horizons and not just be in the music, just do what I got to do to make it in Hollywood now. So the Hollywood thing is kind of cool, because I'm going to come up to New York actually at the end of November, beginning of December. That'll be my 2nd photo shoot in New York. I'm going to be up there for I think 5 days, 5 or 6 days, whatever it is. And then I'm going to LA in February, I think, for a 3rd time. That'll be my 3rd time to LA. And then I just got back I had 2 trips. I had a trip in August and a trip in May to Florida for 2 photo shoots I was in, and to meet some people. Actually, I'm going to meet with one of the guys from Public Enemy. So I became friends with him in Florida. So he lives in Long Island. So I'm going to hang out with him a little bit when I go up there. And I'd love to see you again, Bobby. I'd love to see you again, because it's been a long, long time since I saw you. And so then I think I'm going to New Orleans later on next year. I think that's where it is. I think that's where I'm going. I don't know. I do 4 photo shoots a year, and I did 2 this year. 2. I did 2 this year, so I might have 2 more this year. Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool. I'd love to do that. You're in Long Island, right? For those of you that don't know, Bobby Rydell and I are friends that go way back, and we just haven't seen each other for at least, it's been at least 10 years, maybe longer. But anyway, yeah, I'd love to see you, and I still haven't found my place in New York yet. Our photo shoot's in Manhattan, and I've got to get I got to book my room yet, but I'm going to be going there. It's going to be fun. It's I've really made a lot of changes. I've lost a lot of weight, and just had a lot of things in the past couple of years that have driven me to be better, and so I'm a much better person, I think, than I was before, and just trying to be just trying to be a better person, trying to accomplish a few things. I've got a TV show that I wrote, and I'm actually working on a second TV show that I wrote. And when I was, actually, you probably don't know this because I haven't talked to you for a long time, but if you didn't see the beginning of the video was talking about some of the things I've gone through. And one of the things, when Ken died, that was like, I took the last song that we wrote, which is Love is Love, and we wrote and made a video, and I entered that into film festivals, and I won 23 awards from that song. And the Vital Idol TV show that I wrote, I have a trailer that won 19 awards at the film festivals. So I'm really trying to move this entertainment thing to another level. So, yeah, I want to talk to you. I haven't talked to you in a long time. I can fill you in on this stuff, and it's been really trying couple of years, but we're going to push it, and we're going to get to where we want to be. And this new band is going to be really, really good. This new band, I've got a great guitarist, a great bass player, a great drummer. It's really fun, and we're going to take that to the next level. So it's really inspirational. I could have laid down and gave up on everything, but I didn't. I just plowed ahead and went to places I've never been, and that's what I'm going to continue to do and see what happens. So I'm really glad that you stopped in, Bobby. I think about you a lot because we had a really good friendship going for a long time, and we just kind of lost touch, and a lot of bad things happened, and I kind of hid away from the public. I'm actually going to do a wrestling. I'm going to be doing a wrestling show in March. First one I've done. Well, I did one in last March, but I'm still out there doing things, and just want to continue this road, even though I don't know where it's going to go. Continue this road, yeah, and I see that you're doing all kinds of neat things, and I'm really happy that you're out there doing your thing. So, yeah, it's sometimes you just got to take a deep breath and step back and reevaluate where you want to go or where you were planning on going, and just got to continue your life, because it doesn't stop when someone dies, and it seems like it does. It seems like everything is just over, and it just isn't. It isn't over till you give up, and I'm not one that gives up. I've been through a lot of stuff, and I just really keep plugging away. So yeah, I definitely would like to see you and talk to you at some point and catch up. So definitely when I figure out, I think the dates we're going to be in New York is let's see here. Let's see if I can get that up here so I can tell you. It's the week after the marathon, I believe. Okay, you're not going to let me get that. Why is that? Maybe I can do it on this one. Oh, here we go. All right. The dates I'm going to be potentially in New York is going to be the 29th of November through the 3rd of December is when I'm going to come up to New York. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a fun week, and I'll have new pictures then and all that kind of stuff. It'll be fun. So, all right, now let's move on to the rest of the show. I'm glad you caught that. I am really glad that you that you came in, because of all the times for you to come in, you came in at the best time. It's interesting because I haven't seen Mitch Stein forever, and he came in at the same time, so I got to share the important stuff. I got to share the stuff that I'm gone sick. Oh, I hope you feel better. I definitely want to talk to you. If I can call you, it'd be cool. I could love to talk to you at some point. So, anyway, all right. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was, all right, here we go. This is a weird story. Yes, I will do that. Man in custody after climbing the Ferris wheel at Santa Monica Pier. He said that there was a bomb on the Ferris wheel, and it turned out to be not true, fortunately. So nobody died, and just another wacko out there in the world that wants to be trying to spread fear in people's lives. Like we don't have enough of that. But this guy was threatening to blow it up, and I just don't understand the mentality of someone like that. I mean, there's so many negative things in this world already, and then somebody comes and says, hey, we're going to blow up the Ferris wheel. So a man who climbed the Ferris wheel at Santa Monica Pier and told people he had a bomb was safely removed and has been taken into custody. It all started on a Monday afternoon when Santa Monica police officers reported that a man scaled the ride and was telling people he had a bomb. Somebody needs to put that guy in a cell and put a bomb in there with him so that, everybody can be feeling better about that. I don't understand why people are like that. I don't know what it is that makes people want to generate that kind of thing, but yeah, they're out there. It's a shame. Driver was asleep at the wheel. It says here. Driver was asleep at the wheel. Police said that they looked in his pocket. This is weird stuff. I mean, unless it's a drug overdose or alcohol thing, there's no excuse. Well, there's no excuse to drive that way anyway, but there are those people that will take people's lives into their own hands. Let's see here. Oh, tell Cyndi Lauper I still love her. Bobby knows Cyndi Lauper, and I wish I did. A Florida man who couldn't stay awake on the late night drive ended up arrested on the Space Coast. According to the Brevard County Sheriff's Department, a deputy at night patrol spotted the car in Cape Canaveral and that wasn't budging at a stop sign a little before 2 a.m. Friday. The police car activated its emergency lights, but still nothing. When the deputy walked over to talk to the driver, he found a 23-year-old asleep at the wheel with the smell of marijuana emanating from the car. The deputy woke the suspect up, who could not produce a medical marijuana card because he did not possess one. A subsequent search revealed large amounts of cash in the Sebastian resident's pocket, as well as other drugs, including cocaine. Yep, maybe it's best that you just sell the stuff and don't partake in it. So that guy, that's going to cost him a lot more than I'm sure that he expected. So some people just don't have any sense. Florida drug dealer was caught with fentanyl, enough to kill nearly 140,000 people. That's a lot of fentanyl. That's the thing. People all know the fentanyl is a killer, yet they still take it. I don't get it. Pam was on fentanyl, and it was so scary because, half the time she didn't even know where she was. And I just think that there's no reason that people should be selling that fentanyl stuff, and let alone taking it. I can't imagine why you would take it. I took one of her fentanyl patches one time when I was in a lot of pain and put it on my arm, and I was like a couple hours later I was driving somewhere and I was feeling really, really sick. I couldn't figure out what was going on. Then I realized it was a fentanyl patch, so I pulled over, pulled the fentanyl patch off, and 15 minutes later I was okay. I would never, ever, ever use that again, especially without a doctor being involved. That's just crazy. Frank Powers was arrested and charged with trafficking heroin, fentanyl, and meth, and cocaine, manufacturing cocaine, maintaining, renting a structure for the purpose of drug trafficking, possession of a Class 3 substance, possession of a firearm and ammunition by a convicted felon, and possession of narcotic paraphernalia. The 47-year-old man remains in custody, and his bond is $2,125,500. Jeez, I don't know about this. Members of the East Volusia Narcotics Task Force and the the Volusia Bureau of Investigation obtained a search warrant for Powers' business and arrested the man from Holly Hill on Wednesday, according to the deputies. Inside, they found 729.5 grams of cocaine, 275 grams of fentanyl, 103 grams of heroin, 112 grams of methamphetamine. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think it's worth it's not worth the whole thing. I mean, if you just kill one person, that would be enough to make me feel guilty. So these people, I gotta go make tea. Yeah, make me some tea. When you come to Long Island, bring Zavilla with me. Yeah, I can bring him. I have a real good relationship with that guy. That guy's a trip. I haven't seen that name in a long, long time. But he's really doing well now. He needs some gas cards though. So let's see here. Oh, this is a good one. So this guy here, this Arizona dad, strips down to a crop top and shorts at a board to protest the school dress code. Now that, I got to tell you, that takes some guts. That takes some guts to do that. But I guess he has a point he wants to make, and actually, I got to say it makes sense. His point makes sense, and I applaud him for what he's doing. The guy is trying to make a point that in school, kids should not be wearing crop tops and shorts because it's distracting for the learning. And even if you don't wear that stuff in a business atmosphere. So it says here, Arizonan father stripped down to crop top and short shorts at a school board meeting to protest proposed dress code that would allow tank tops and students showing their midriffs. Ira Lantham was among several parents at the Higley Unified School District's September 20th meeting to challenge school board members about the policy change. As a parent, I expect the district to be able to enforce policies that help my children be able to go to class and know that they can contribute to a safe classroom environment, as well as limiting the needless distractions in class. The policy does not do that. I think that it brings a lot of unnecessary pressure on teachers having to deal with the vagueness of this policy. Because I know of no other way to describe my concerns about this policy, I'll do an object lesson. Latham, who has 4 children in the district, then stripped off his shirt and pants down to a black crop top and spaghetti straps and short jean shorts. Now, if you ask me, this is inappropriate for a board meeting, and as other parents in attendance snickered and stared at him in shock, if you have a dress code policy that allows this in a classroom, it does not promote safe classroom environment, as well as limiting the amount of distractions in the classroom. Now, once you say that, it makes sense on why they still do this, or why he did this. He did this to make a point. And you really got to think about, if you're allowing people to dress that way in a business environment, it's going to be a big distraction. If you allow them to do that in a school environment, it's going to be a big distraction. And, you know, it's not that I want to see kids not dress good. That's not good. That's just dressing for attention. And so it says here, the new policy had students had to wear clothing that covered all private parts, and undergarments must not be see-through, according to the dress code. Undergarment waistbands or straps that are incidentally visible under clothing are permitted. However, undergarments may not be worn as clothing. Other parents at the meeting had concerns about the policy. One mother told the members that she feared bullying would increase, while another speaker said there needed to be a very clear, dignified, established dress code. One parent said that while she supports her children expressing themselves through clothing, she believed the district needed to lead by example. If you can't respect yourself, I'm not sure how you can respect others. So it's a distraction, yes. That's a concern, but also we need to be raising these girls to be women in society that have self-respect and dignity. So despite the objections, the board voted 3-2 to approve the dress code change. The district did not respond. See, that's really stupid. But it's okay to wear a hoodie in Congress also. Yeah, that doesn't make sense, does it? I mean, the thing is, it's people like him that cause the issues, because he's wearing whatever he wants and isn't wearing things that are appropriate for the job. So, you know, I don't have a problem with hoodies per se, but I do have a problem with, you know, the amount of skin that you can show, and women or girls, little girls or women or big girls even, would gladly show that stuff because they get attention. So, like I said, it distracts from the learning, and it could be an issue. And I totally get that, and I totally feel that it's justified to ask for something that's middle of the road or something that's a little better than that. But unfortunately, since it passed, then they got an uphill battle, because you know the problem is those people don't, they just want to get done and they want to approve everything, and they don't look at the consequences. So now there's going to be more people that are wearing that stuff, and it's not appropriate for a business situation. So I don't know. This is kind of weird. Missing teen's boyfriend and his grandmother are arrested after she was found at their house. Yep. That could be a problem. Harboring a missing teen is probably not the smartest thing you can do. Okay. Come on. Let's go. All right. didn't go? Why didn't you go? There we go. All right. That grandmother made a bad decision. A teenage boy and his grandma have been arrested after the boy's girlfriend, who was reported missing, was found staying at the house. 16-year-old girl from Grand Island was reported missing September 7th. She's been found safely, but not without fielding incorrect accounts of her whereabouts. In the search for the girl, the deputies interviewed multiple family members and people in her circle, including her juvenile boyfriend and his grandmother. That was a bad decision for the grandma. The boy and his grandma were interviewed 12 times over 3 weeks. In those interviews, the two maintained that they did not know where the missing girl was and provided little information. Deputies informed them that of the resources being used to find the girl, plus criminal charges they could face if they were choosing to keep information about her whereabouts from the deputies. Yep, that was a bad move. I don't know. There's got to be a reason that she was running away, though. Not that it would be a good reason, but there is a reason. Okay, next one. Florida woman arrested after a 7-year-old child calls 911 to report her drug overdose. Yeah, okay. So the good news is that you are still alive because of your 7-year-old. The bad news is you're in trouble for taking an overdose of illegal drugs. Some people. That'll teach you to have a kid. Jeez. It just, that's another thing that I just don't get. If you have a 7-year-old, you have an obligation to the world to make sure that 7-year-old is doing okay. And people don't seem to think about that stuff. Florida, of course it's Florida too. A Florida woman was arrested on child neglect charges after, so not only does she get arrested for overdosing and having drugs, she gets arrested for neglect charges because her kid saved her. Florida woman was arrested on child neglect charges after overdosing in the same house as 2 children who could have had access to a syringe. Candace Alderman was arrested and charged with 2 counts of child neglect without bodily harm after she was found unresponsive in her bedroom by deputies. A 7-year-old child called 911. Oh, man. How bad is your life that you got to do that in front of your kids? Let's see here. She was reported as caretaker and direct guardian of them. When deputies arrived at the home of Sumterville, the 39-year-old woman was unresponsive, snoring and not breathing normally. She was difficult to wake up, and she did not become responsive until a deputy executed several sternum rubs to assist her out of bed. That sounds kind of sexual, a sternum rub. When Alderman regained consciousness, she was escorted outside to Sumner Rescue fire officials who began medical treatment to her. In the bedroom, deputies found a used syringe in plain view on her nightstand. At least hide that stuff. A field test yielded positive for heroin. That heroin stuff, I don't get it. After all these years of people dying of heroin and stuff, people still use it. I don't know. It's just so weird. This one's something that baffles me. I can't figure this out. Central Florida fuel thief busted for stealing over 1,300 gallons of gas from Wawa. That's so much gasoline. I can't even imagine how do you do 1,300 gallons of fuel? How do you steal? You got to have a tanker truck to steal that. Now, he looks like a guy that may have found a tanker truck to do that, but I can't imagine. That's a lot of gasoline. That's not just, it's like 1,300 gallons. I mean, geez. Most cars are like probably 10 to 20 gallons, and those trucks are probably maybe 40 gallons or maybe 50 gallons at the most. So imagine how this person did this. And they don't really explain how they did it. Yerison Perez was arrested on an active warrant at the Orange County Jail, where he was being held on separate charges. He was charged with 3 counts of grand theft and 1 count of scheme to defraud. Perez obtained gas fraudulently at 3 different Wawa locations in Central Florida and on 3 separate occasions between June 17th, 2022 and July 7th, 2022. So he did all this within about 3 weeks. He was arrested on August 19th, 2022 by Orlando Police Department for fuel theft, again, Florida. And the Office of Agricultural Law Enforcement identified him as the suspect involved in investigation into fuel thefts during the previously mentioned dates of last summer. See, but they don't really explain how it happened. The arrest is evidence that our continued collaboration with law enforcement partners is successful in busting these criminals and should serve as warning to anyone who thinks they can get away with fuel theft in our state. See, the problem is they don't say how he did 1,300 gallons of fuel. That, to me, is the question that I have in my mind. How in the world do you do 1,300 gallons of gas? So, okay. Then, Reese's has a $25,000 promotion that may violate sweepstakes laws. And I thought about how does that happen? You know, Reese's is a pretty big company. Why wouldn't they follow the rules? And the rules are simple, sort of. And what rule did they break? Well, wrong trackball. Okay. Come on. Do it. There we go. So what they did was they had this, if you ever got involved in these, oh shoot, now I did it wrong. Oh, is that a picture? Okay, that could be it. That's it. Okay. So what they did was they announced their promotion, and if you ever did these sweepstakes, it's got to be free to enter the sweepstakes. Otherwise, it becomes less of a. Hold on here. There we go. It didn't close. Why didn't it close? There we go. Okay, so here's what they did. The Reese's contest was first reported Monday by Edgar Dworsky, a consumer advocate and former assistant attorney in Massachusetts who runs the Consumer World website. Sweepstakes are generally governed by state laws which require no purchase is necessary to participate. A contest that requires a purchase is a lottery. This part I didn't know that was the case. 3 federal agencies, the Federal Trade Commission and the Federal Communications Commission and the U.S. Postal Service, also enforce laws governing sweepstakes depending on the type of promotion. The Postal Service requires mailed sweepstakes offers to make clear that no purchase is necessary. For example, the FTC doesn't govern sweepstakes specifically, but has broad laws prohibiting unfair, deceptive practices. Hershey Company, which owns Reese's, the Pennsylvania candy maker that owns Reese's brand, said late Monday that the website contains full details of the promotion. It also said some packages have QR codes and that that link consumers to more information. Is this playing out loud? I guess it's, okay, just making sure it's not playing so it doesn't play over me. As with all our promotions, we place great, oh, here we go. Oh, there it is. Stop. Okay. So, all right, now. Says, no purchase necessary. A purchase will not increase chances of residents of the 50 U.S., D.C., 18 and older, 19 Alabama, in Nebraska, 21 in Mississippi. Void where prohibited. To enter and win a prize, the promotion begins 1/6/23 at 9 a.m. And it says here that specifically, says here, supply of specially marked Reese's brand with a code, and it says here will be limited on a first come first served basis. Send a 3x5 card or a piece of paper with your full name, email address to be received by April 12th, 2023 to standard group, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so the problem with this is that I think this was inside. You had to actually open the candy. It says here, with all our promotions, we place great care and diligence to ensure they are compliant with all regulations. The company said in its in-store displays showed abbreviated rules for the sweepstakes, including how to enter without it making a purchase. But Dworsky said a spot check on candy displays in multiple states, including California, Virginia, and Washington, found no such sign. Packages purchased by the Associated Press reporter at Michigan drugstore didn't contain the QR codes, and the store had no signage explaining the promotion. The FTC said Monday that it can't comment on the practices of a particular company outside of an investigation. It wouldn't confirm or deny an investigation against Hershey. Dworsky noted that the Reese's ran a similar promotion earlier in the year that ended in April with the same packaging, and the same sort of packages are still for sale, even though the sweepstakes code has expired. Dworsky said he's concerned with the practice, concerned that the packaging could lure customers into thinking they need to buy it. You never have to buy, you never have to pay to play. All these packages should be recalled. So, but I think that the issue was that, here it is. The promotion on the 2-cup packages read, you could win $25,000, and in smaller print, see details inside. But after the consumers have bought and opened the package, they see small print, no purchase necessary to enter. So even though there is no purchase required, you don't know that because you can't read that unless you open the package. So anyway, so Reese is in trouble for things like that. And see what happens when you try to give money away. There's always problems. There's always somebody that just isn't following the rules. All right, I slept with 300 people in a year, this one woman says. Haters say I'm disgusting, but I feel empowered. Now, this is something that I don't know. I don't know why you would feel empowered by this, because most people don't really approve of people sleeping with 300 people in a year. I mean, 300 people in a year, I'd probably have done 20 people in my lifetime. Probably more, maybe more than that, but I don't know. And even that I'm not really super proud of. So I will never disclose that amount on my radio show, although I already just did. But, you know, some people, like 300, I mean, that's not a badge of honor. That's something I would keep closer to myself. I mean, there's a lot of diseases out there, and I wouldn't want people to think I was diseased. And a lot of these people are diseased if they're sleeping with 300 different people. Jeez. But anyway, she's not from the United States. But an Australian woman says she had sex with more than 300 people in a year. Found the experience empowering. Annie Knight, 26, holy cow, told the Kyle and Jackie O show that she even managed to bed 5 people in one single day during, well, yeah, but some of the porn stars were doing like 100 people in a day. So I don't really think that that's that much of a 5 people in a day is no big deal. And if you're a woman, you can do 5 people better than a guy doing 5 women. Because, I mean, most of us can't do it that many times in a day. Well, maybe when I was 26, I might have been able to. I felt empowered afterwards. The Emrys Alsey declared, "Sex makes me feel good. It's meant to make you feel good." Knight sleeps with men and women and told the radio program that she met many of her sex partners on dating apps. However, she also has a roster of regulars on speed dial. Do you really need 300? I mean, that's almost one a day. One different person a day. I don't know. That sounds kind of dangerous to me. The messier the sex, the better, she enthused. Knight, who has been dubbed the Australian's most sexually active woman, added that nothing is off limits when it comes to experimenting in the bedroom. Well, I mean, I don't see any issues with her being not attractive. And she doesn't, I mean, she's wearing an outfit here that is basically see-through, pretty much. So, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be with a girl that's been with 300 in a year. That's a lot of people. And you only have as many diseases as the people that sleep with you. So, anyway. All right, next. Okay, so as this closes, okay, there we go. All right, the Devil Comet is on its way. It's 3 times bigger than Mount Everest. It says Devil Comet, 3 times bigger than Mount Everest, explodes, and now it's heading towards Earth. That's awesome. What a special thing to look forward to. A giant comet named the Devil. Don't we have enough things named the Devil? I don't know. And there's nothing we could maybe do an Armageddon thing. Let's see here. All right, there we go with that. And then we got this here. And hit that. All right. Anyway, so this comet, hey, here we have real view maps so we can actually see the place it lands. As if things didn't seem apocalyptic enough already, scientists reported that oh, look at this. Oh, wait, let's just read this. This would be actually better. All right, let's do this. That's better than me reading this stuff. It's not going to... Okay, here we go. Scientists warn that a horned comet 3 times the size of Mount Everest has exploded and is hurtling towards Earth. And it says here, the blast originated October 5th from 12P/Pons Brooks, a cryptovolcanic city-sized comet that measures a colossal 18.3 miles in diameter. That's a really big comet. Scientists say that volcanic eruptions on the comet may have caused the unusual horn shape. I don't see the horn shape. Ooh, that's nice. Explaining that a blockage may be causing the volcanic material to be expelled with a weird flow pattern. I have that problem too. When I'm blocked up, I have a volcanic expelled with weird flow pattern. I have that all the time when there's blockages. The celestial hailstone, which orbits around the sun every 71 years, won't reach its closest point to Earth until 2024. We have something to look forward to next year. It's its closest point to Earth. Jeez, that's only next year. That makes me feel unhappy. Let's see what the next thing is here. Whereupon it will be catapulted back into the solar system, and it won't make a reappearance until the year 2095. Well, I think by 2095 I'll be checking out, so I don't think it'll be a big issue for me. I don't think it'll be a big issue for anybody, well, just about anybody that's living right now. Oh boy, that's crazy. I don't know. Things like this just make you wonder how everything is supposed to go. I mean, are we supposed to all die of a strange, tremendous death? Oh, I did do that. I thought I did, but I never know if I did it or not. So now there's Miss Universe, Puerto Rico. Wow. Yep. All right. Next. What we got here? All right. How you butter your bread reveals layers of our personality. Yeah, this is a pretty weird one. This is the kind of stuff that they used to put in the Enquirer and stuff like that. You know, how you drink your water explains, I don't know, weird stuff. Anyway, how you butter your bread reveals layers of our personality. These are 9 ways and meanings that how you butter your bread. I just wonder where they come up with this crap. I guess you got to have writers come up with this stuff so that they still have a job. Oh, come on. Did it work? Come on. What's going on? There we go. Oh, now we got it. Okay. I saw something that would be interesting that isn't on my list that I might want to read next, because it's looks like it could be interesting. Okay, so let's find out. I know how I butter my bread, so let's see what it says here. How do you like your muffin buttered? An expert claimed that how you spread your butter on your toast actually says a lot about who you are. The behavioral science researcher Darren Stanton claimed that people are in different categories based on their spreading method. You can be a glider, a clumper, a crust avoider. What am I? I think I'm what would I be? I don't think I'm any of those things, but famed body language expert in England partnered with the UK-based plant butter brand Flora to churn out, I like the way they did that, churn out the spreading types and their unique traits. In seemingly mundane act of spreading, of putting spread on toast, layers of our personality are unveiled. So let's see what they are. The glider. So what is a glider? Let me see. So what does this say about you? A glider. Gliders glide their knife over the toast for an even spread. I don't think I do that. Of the 2,000 adults polled, about half claim to use this method. This is the most popular approach. Well, what does that mean? Gliders, oh, this is stupid. Gliders slide through the life unbothered by any obstacles or stress moments and are able to stay calm and serene while others are shocked and outraged. They're good at listening to to others' problems since they never appear to have any themselves. Okay. Well, I sound like a glider, I think, but I'm not really a glider. Total coverage. Researchers claimed that 19% of the people were total coverage spreaders, spreading slabs of butter right up to the edges. That's not me either. A group of noshers is thought to be very methodical and precise, often making them the organized ones in their friend group. They're probably the ones who plan group activities months in advance. These everything in its place people are very precise and methodical, making sure that every part of the toast is covered and applying the perfect amount of butter evenly across. Spreading the entirety of the bread with butter shows control, ensuring that there are no risks involved. Leaving parts of the bread unbuttered or without butter would be like leaving something just half finished for them. Okay. The clumper. Okay, that might be closer to me. I think I'm a clumper. Clumpers don't spread their butter evenly and often leave clumps of bread of it on the bread. 16% or 6% of people who do this are in their own world and do things their own way. Hey, this is really true. Showing up late. I don't show up late because they think they have more time to spare than they do. They are scattered in nature and think outside the box. Other than that, I think I'm a clumper. They're just too happy to be eating bread with butter. They don't even care about parts of the toast that aren't covered. That's me. That's truly me. Then there's the crust avoiders. If you, like 5% of the adults polled, avoid the crust when spreading your butter, you're probably neat and tidy. That's not me. These people are procedural and don't like making a mess. They're most likely describe themselves as perfectionists and are really successful in administrative tasks. Crust avoiders are perfectionists and fear the butter will spill over the edge of the bread or toast and drip onto them or onto the floor. That's got to be my sister. That's the crust avoiders. Now, I might be wrong about that. Let's see who else we have. Double cider. Oh, double cider. People who butter both sides of the bread, they're weird. Those are weirdos. Are the most unique spreaders, as very few people would put the fat on both sides. They are creatives, use the abstract side of their brain, are extroverted, and often don't mind being the center of attention. Their wardrobe and appearances are extravagant, and they love life to the fullest. Psychologists refer to these people as internally referenced, people who trust their own instincts when it comes to making decisions and are not being a follower. Tear and spread. I'm not one of them either. Tear and spread people will tear pieces of the bread and butter one rip at a time. These people don't like surprises and don't want to accomplish any less than they know they're capable of. Instead of going straight to the middle of straight to the full slice of toast, tearing it is akin to preparing which piece they're going to eat. I know people like that. Nancy was like that, I believe. They are used to breaking things down and having different thinking skills than others, which allows them to communicate better with others and build trust. Nope, that wasn't Nancy. Tear and spreaders are fun and outgoing and make things up as they go. Who do I know like that? Let me think. I have to think about that. The curler. Okay, here's the curler. The curler, if you have a gadget to shape your butter spread, you're a curler. I don't understand. The tool makes it easy to spread the butter, which pleases them and lets them believe their way is the best way. The curler. These people want to make things unique and tend to look for a more ambitious method to solve the problem. Curlers are perfectionists who probably are really good at puzzles and considered to have street smarts. That's me. I'm a curler. I don't think that but I'm also the, I'm also the clumper. Okay. I don't know about this. Barely there, okay? Those who use minimal butter and leave empty spaces on their bread prefer to enjoy the taste and texture of the bread rather than drowning it in the spread. Whew. Barely there, people want to spend as little time on breakfast as possible. That's me. They have things to do and want to go outside. They're outdoorsy, go-getters, and live in the moment. They are often satisfied with what they've accomplished, and people may find it hard to keep up with them. Of course, these people could simply be health conscious and minimal amounts of butter for dietary reasons. I kind of like this one. I might be that. Okay, do you want some toast with your spread? That's not me. These people use so much butter you can barely see the toast underneath. They love to indulge in whatever they do, enjoying the things that they like and never holding back. Pulling excessive amounts of butter on toast reflects the generally very happy disposition and how they see the best in life, in everything in life. Happiness, an open mind, and big characteristics for this group of people. So parties and get-togethers are cheerful. Okay, so which one are you? That's the question. I have to think that I might be a curler. That's got to be closer to me. Yeah, I'm going to say I'm a curler. So, all right, next. There we go. Halloween costume trends. This is a good one to maybe end on. I want her costume. I want to look like her. If there was a costume where you could look like just a completely different person and get away with it. I mean, not that I wouldn't necessarily look like her, but I mean, geez. She doesn't have too many things to worry about if you're a supermodel. All right, here we go. And of course, it's that time of year, too. Obviously, this year, we're going to see some things that were because of directly because of movies. Halloween is near, and celebrators are flocking to digital and physical costume shops to find a perfect costume. I used to like to go to those places because I could buy cool stuff that I could use for my gimmick, for dressing up for wrestling or whatever. I bought a bunch of things because you could buy cool outfits and stuff like that can be used for other things. While some may already know who they want to be for Halloween this year, others need help in deciding in light of the season's reported slow start. In 2022, we witnessed a lightning-fast start, but 2023 is a different rhythm. Regardless of the spirit of Halloween remains strong. We're confident that this year will deliver its own brand of excitement. Well, here's some of the Jersey-based organization which reached the Halloween and Costumes Association, the Jersey-based trade organization which reached over $3 billion in cumulative sales, released a trend report on the Halloween costumes that are likely to be popular as American consumers make their way into the stores. Here are some of the things that they're going to use. Just as in other years, celebrities, fictitious characters, pop culture icons, and inspiring a good number of costumes. So I would imagine this is probably because of Barbie. I don't know what this is. Oh, Killer Clowns, okay, and The Little Mermaid. Well, that mermaid has feet, so that can't be a mermaid. These costumes draw inspiration from beloved pop culture figures and reflecting the enduring popularity of dressing up as a favorite character from film, music, or television. The HCA predicts Taylor Swift, Wednesday Addams, Super Mario Brothers, and The Little Mermaid will be top choices this year. I think I watched Wednesday on Netflix, and actually it was pretty good. I was really surprised how good that was. Says Swift is making headlines for the Eras Tour and her potential relationship with NFL star Travis Kelce. While Netflix original series Wednesday and Universal's Super Mario Brothers movie and Disney's Little Mermaid live action were released over the past 12 months. So with Little Mermaid, with Barbie, you have the male and female Barbie dress-up stuff. Barbie and Ken costumes will be popular for couples and families. And then there's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because they came out with that cartoon this year. Or was it? Yeah, I think it was a cartoon. So you got your Turtles. Then you got nostalgia. You can always look at Creepy and Grim. You can always have, there's always a place for witches, and I don't know what that is. But yeah. And it's kind of funny when you think about this. We're in a Christian kind of country, yet Halloween is popular. It's different from when we were kids, though, because we dressed up and we didn't promote it as a holiday. I mean, it was always, when we were kids, it was promoted as a satanic holiday. Now it's kind of like a festive holiday. It's really a lot different than what it was when we were kids. Killer clowns. You can get your accessories, you can get your wigs, you can get your whatever you need, your handcuffs, you can get your whips and stuff, and you can get your adult costumes. I mean, now the adults are just as into it as anyone else. So it's very cool. Anyway, well, on that, I guess I'm done. I guess I pretty much finished what I was going to do. I did have a couple other things, but I don't know. I kind of figured that, let me make sure there's nothing that has to be, yeah. We can do that. I'll do one more. Foods that have to be refrigerated. 10 foods that have to be refrigerated. And some of these I would disagree with, but hey, they're the experts. I'm just a guy who thinks he knows things. But what I know and what and fact are two different things sometimes. But actually, this was most of the stuff I kind of agreed with, but one of the ones I truly didn't agree with because I really felt that was not necessary. So I will give you the rundown of foods that need to be refrigerated. All right. Here we go. 10 foods that need to be refrigerated but probably aren't. Tortillas. Yeah. Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics urges keeping this round grain refrigerated as much as commonly noted in the fine print. They can last much longer this way. I guess that doesn't mean they'll turn bad. It's just that they're probably going to be stale. Pie should be refrigerated. I would have never even thought about that. In fact, I would think that pie many times has not been refrigerated. Like some pies you would think didn't need to be refrigerated. But pumpkin pie I would refrigerate because that's something that would fall apart after a while. But I would think that like this pecan pie doesn't need to be refrigerated, or apple pie, but I guess it does. It all needs refrigerated. Here's a recommendation that's anything but flaky. Pies, according specifically pecan and pumpkin, can become magnets for bacteria. Hey, little bacteria never killed anyone. They are only safe to eat at room temperature for about an hour or so out of the oven. Syrup. See, now I never would have guessed that syrup would be something that we would worry about. Maple syrup is commonly thought of as gray area when it comes to storage. However, the Academy advises that keeping syrup in the fridge will substantially extend its lifespan. Citrus. I usually keep my fruit in the fridge. Keep fruits like oranges, limes, and lemons, especially cold, to stretch their use for over a month in some cases. I would have thought that was the case. Corn. They put corn. It says, shucks, corn on the cob survives much better when cold, since it begins to lose its sugar content dramatically at room temperature. But yet, when we go to the store to buy corn, it's always out of, it's in a stack somewhere. Unless you're going to cook it right away, keep corn in the fridge, husks and all, for 1 to 2 days. Peanut butter. I wouldn't have guessed that peanut butter was one of those. Refrigerating peanut butter as a smooth move to avoid sticky situation, because it does have preservatives or stabilizers. It's best refrigerated when it to keep it fresh and prevent the oil from separating out. The separated oil in unrefrigerated natural peanut butter is more likely to become rancid sooner. I keep peanut butter in the cupboard, and I've never had any issues. And sometimes it's been there for a long time. Eggs. Now, who doesn't keep eggs in the refrigerator? They deserve to die if they eat eggs that have been outside the refrigerator. Ketchup is the one that surprised me, because I really have heard that some people keep it in the refrigerator, some people don't. I've never kept refrigerated, and I've never died of a ketchup being out of the. In fact, in the stores, refrigerator is not in a. Refrigerator. Ketchup is not a refrigerated area. So it says here, a representative of the brand Mustard up to the, after a bombshell, a representative from the brand Mustard up to Courage. We're trying to be funny, I think. This is the best way to maintain the delicious, tangy taste of Heinz tomato ketchup. They say it should be kept in the fridge. And whole wheat mustard, whole wheat flour. Whole wheat flour. It says here, whole wheat items such as flour can become finicky to manage. Unfortunately, the elusive flavor of whole grains begins to fade once the grains are milled and without special care. Whole grain flour can begin to taste insipid at best and bitter as time goes by. The colder and darker the storage environment, the better the whole grain flour will keep. Warmth and light increase the rate of oxidation. I would have never guessed that, but I would have never thought about that because I don't really have a whole lot of use for flour or whole wheat. And butter. Now, I've seen butter out and I've seen butter in the refrigerator. No ifs, ands, or buts about this one. The FDA reports that leaving butter and margarine out in the room temperature is technically safe. Doing so almost guarantees it will turn rancid. Margarine, especially soft tub margarines, can separate into oil and water and solids when not kept refrigerated. They will, although it will be safe. So there you go. If you ever wanted to know things you should have to refrigerate, that's it. And on that note, I will talk to you guys next week. And thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show. And that's it.